I'm Josh Swartz.
And I'm William Illingworth.
Hosts of the High Tech Podcast, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now.
Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others.
Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin, and podcasting is fun. It's a great way for me to pass the times.
Oh, clever.
And Times newspaper.
Yeah. Like New York Times.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It goes with it.
Took me a bit.
Happy
hello.
Teacher Appreciation Week.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Now, there was some, as we all know, that we saw. Some people were posting about Teacher Appreciation Week last week, but they were wrong because the week starts on Sunday, friends.
Right. Well, there's National Teacher Appreciation Day,
Yes.
which is one day.
Okay.
Which was last week.
That was last week. Okay.
The day was last week. But if you search online, at least here in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
Teacher Appreciation Week is the first full week in May, and a week starts on Sunday.
Isn't it always the week before Mother's Day?
It's always the week before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I get to be celebrated
It's like
for a
having your
whole
birthday
week.
on Christmas.
It kind of is, but it's fine. Feels so special. But anyway, yeah, the 8th through the 13th. So happy Teacher Appreciation Week. You are all so appreciated. There's so many things that teachers do beyond just teaching. And I know, I get it. So
Yeah.
yay for you. Way to be awesome.
Yes,
Way to
be.
give back to the world.
We appreciate
Because that's what
you.
you do every day is give back to the world.
Agreed.
So this week I was on the hunt. So this week's podcast comes out of I wanted my kids to make a cool like newspaper with their text. And there's a million different templates out there, and you can create it in Google Slides and Adobe. Like there's so many ways to make a newspaper. I know. I've tried lots of them. But I was looking for a quick, like, can you drop some text in and make it look like an old-timey newspaper? Like that's where I was headed with this. It wasn't making a school newspaper where everyone's got a spot. And it wasn't just like a headline where you can make like fake Twitter accounts and things like that. This was, I want to make an old-timey newspaper with some of their writing. What can I make that look like? And then I ran across these sites, which turned into way more entertainment than actual. I mean, it did meet the needs of what I was looking for, but also I ran into other fun things along the way. So I figured I would share those with all of you. So, and you already started playing around with them.
I did,
and
yeah.
You've been on the computer for 5 minutes.
I wrote a full newspaper. I've already published it.
So the first site we're talking about, and again, none of these are like super, I don't know, heavy duty websites. Like there's not a ton. Like this is just for fun. It's the end of the year. We're having some fun. Funsies. Okay. So the first site is called Fodey, maybe?
Fodey, yeah, I think Fodey.
FODEY.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's a generator site. This is one of those where you like throw some text in and it cranks out something. Okay. So it's not overly, there's no like real editing to it. It's just you throw in your text and it will make it for you. So Fodey.com. There's different generators. You know, we love a good like dice generator, random name generator. This is a text generator, folks. So the first one met my needs because it is a newspaper generator and it makes it look like a little like clip out of a newspaper. So you throw in your title, your date, your headline, copy and paste whatever text you're going to put in there, probably from like a Google Doc or something. And you click generate. And when you generate, boom.
Boom.
There's a little like section of a newspaper with a title and some text that you created.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Ta-da. But wait, there's more. So this one turned into, oh, well, there's a movie clapper board generator that's like that white and black like thing that you like
And action.
Yeah, like one of those. And it can create one, which I think then this would be a great, if you're like need a sign for your classroom, or if your students want to like clip the picture and then use it as a image in a Google Slide. You could use these for anything. But wait, there's more.
Whoa.
There's talking squirrels. So if you type in the text, then these little like Mimi squirrels come up and they have a whole little conversation with the text you drop in there. They also have talking tomatoes, because the talking tomatoes, you can make them talk. And they're just little speech bubbles. That
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like
this
a
is
meme
like
GIF. Yep.
this is like a little, it's not overly complicated, but would be super fun for kids to like entertain them with some text. Again, we need engagement because we are in May. I also, and I might try and, because you can generate this one and then upload it. I might try and put it on my Twitter this week, is that it gives you like one line and then you click generate and it's called Ninja Text Generator. And this little ninja hops around on your screen and then spells out what you just wrote. And then you can drop it to Facebook or to Twitter or Google Plus. So then he like skips around and like writes the text that you write, but you're limited on characters for that one.
Google Plus is dead.
Yes, that is no longer a thing.
It's no longer a
It's
thing.
there, but it's...
Yeah, a lot of sites you can tell the last time they were updated because
there's
just left
things there
Google
that,
Plus that
Yeah.
went away like 4 years ago.
Actually, it like fully ended, I think, last summer.
Really?
That was like the last of the last.
Oh.
But there's wizard text, so you can have a little wizard hop around on your screen and write little messages to people. You can have talking flowers and also talking cats. So clearly, they are very important ways to share text. I think it would just be fun to have your students like create these things, because sometimes you need a little something like, oh, hey, like write an inspirational quote or leave a nice message for somebody, or where you could start from is the newspaper thing, which is what I started with, and it makes a fun little newspaper. So Foti.com, fun little generator of entertainment for students and teachers. You can even like Teacher Appreciation Week. You can send a little cat meme to your teaching partner.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what? Like, I appreciate you. You're a perfect teacher.
Oh, look at you writing puns. That's good.
You know.
Good stuff.
So anyway, it's a fun one to play around with. It's quick. It's easy. It's like just like drop text in and it will create it for you. So Foti.com generators, just super fun. So then the next one I came across, also a newspaper generator. And I think this is the one that you were just creating with.
Okay.
As we were talking earlier.
Yep.
It is newspaper generator. Like you literally type in newspaper.jaguarpaw.co.uk.
Yes. And
it is a free newspaper generator. So you type in your newspaper name, you type in the headline, the author, you can put a picture in if you choose to, throw in the article text, and bam, there's an old-timey newspaper created for you.
now the difference between this one and the Foti.com one is this one will give you the full newspaper.
Correct.
But it's a PDF and not an image.
Also correct.
Look at me. Look at me with my correct statements.
So what's fun about this is that when you create it too, it gives you a full newspaper.
Yeah.
So the Foti one is just like the corner of a newspaper. It looks like a newspaper clipping. This one, if you type in your text, you put in, it looks like old-timey, like crinkled newspaper. You can drop images into this one too. So there can be an image with it if you choose to. It creates this PDF, but it also adds its own text in to make your paper look like a full newspaper. So there's always the last two articles that are their own that's drop in. And one of them is the International Moose Count underway, which is like just nonsense and information, but it's kind of funny. And then Granny wins World Wrestling Championship. So this is, you can write as much, the kids can put in as much content as they want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or you can, because you can make this like, you know, you can make like a real newspaper. It looks like a newspaper.
Yeah.
And you can fake out your students like, oh, and at the end of the school year, we're going to have 7 weeks worth of finals. You know, we could just torture them in some capacity. But then whatever space in the newspaper that you don't take up with your content, they plug in these last two articles. So that way the newspaper looks full, which is kind of fun. And it makes a 2-page newspaper so you can print it front and back. But yes, it turns into a PDF. So this is your text and then it goes right into a PDF. And then you have it created, which is kind of fun. So they also have If you want to go a little bit fancier, if you click on it, the link takes you then to like a premium newspaper generator, which there's more details with.
Yeah, it's like $17 for a year.
Yeah. So this kind of just leads you to the fun. Yeah. The fun one then leads you to like a paid version. So that is just a newspaper generator. Again, I was searching for, how can I make a cool, cute, quick looking real newspaper? And then I just ran into these things. And then the last one, because I was hunting down templates, and there's lots of Google and Microsoft templates and all the templates, because you never have enough templates or time to sort through all the templates.
Correct.
The last site, though, the third one, is template.net.
Template.net.
Template.net. And it has all the templates, including one for Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yeah, I see that. That's cool.
National Teacher Appreciation Day, which was last week. But that's okay. You can use them for Teacher Appreciation Week. So, yeah, they have all these fun little templates that are for everything from an Instagram post to a flyer to a newspaper to Google Sheets, which I appreciate. Google, and they have Outlook, and they have Excel, and they have Publisher. Like, they have all the templates. Some are free, some are paid, but there is a whole collection of templates for all of your needs. Mother's Day is coming up. If you need a quick Mother's Day something, that's available. So templates.net has a collection of all the templates. And if you just scan across the top, it gives you all the tools. So from MS Word to Publisher to Apple Pages to design to PDFs to whatever you need. Yeah. Backgrounds. They got backgrounds. You can do all the things, which is cool. So then you can sign in with Google and you have free versions, and then there's also paid versions. So just be aware. You can search through, but there are 44,000 free templates on template.net.
Yeah. And they give you everything from Google Slides to PowerPoint slides to Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, all that stuff.
And coloring pages too.
Yeah.
Tiger Cup coloring page.
You need to make a flyer for, like your field day coming up or something like that. You can do that easily.
Yeah. It's really fast and it's cool. So templates.net.
Templates.net.
If you need to create another newspaper
go get
or newsletter type deal.
Templates.net.
Yeah. So those were I just started exploring, and then I ran across all these things, and then I made squirrels talking to each other, and then I wrote a newspaper about a grandma in a wrestling tournament, and then I found another way to make a newsletter for my classroom all in one afternoon.
Told ChatGPT to write me a newspaper article about a horse named Fuzz who won the Kentucky Derby. And
then now it's in a newspaper.
That
we created. So
now I'll publish it, and people will think it's real.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Literally fake news.
Good. Yeah. Literally fake news. Awesome. So there you go. There's some fun little text ways to create all kinds of free text related stuff with your students. And as we crank through May and Mother's Day and Teacher Appreciation Week and summer newspapers and summer camp stuff and all the information has to go home, there you go. There's some ways to help you out and some fun free tools to check out.
Check them out.
So thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi or visit smartnwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do.